Hello again, everybody. Nettie Owens here with Sapari Solutions, and today I've brought with me Jeff Pugel of Ignition. We're continuing on the discussion of what businesses need to know right now, and today's topic is what you need to know right now about lead generation. And as a business owner in this particular market, there's been a lot of discussions. I've had actually quite a few conversations here about the nuance that needs to be brought to this particular topic in this particular time. So Jeff, welcome. I'm going to tell everybody a little bit more about you here. Jeff helps busy founders and sales teams scale their lead pipelines through the opportunity creation process, which I just have to say right off the bat, I love that you have a process to do this. Anytime we can systematize, it makes me happy.
Yep.
By working within the opportunity creation process, a B2B outbound marketing framework designed to stand out, build trust, and generate new revenue without spamming inboxes and hiring someone that doesn't understand the professional services industry. Oh my goodness, I feel like just in your bio, we've hit the nail on the head. So Jeff and his team take the pivotal task of prospecting and manage it for their clients until a lead raises their hand and says they're ready to move forward, at which point the process gets handed over, I'm assuming, back to the business owner. Perfect. I can't even tell you. Some people have just heard what I said and they're like, all right, sign me up. This can be such a challenging thing, especially for business owners that say, I love what I do, but you know, the idea of going out and finding the clients can be really daunting. So I'm thankful that you do this. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
No, this is basically, the big thing I found here is, this is the biggest issue most businesses have is, the working on the business versus the working in the business.
Right.
And I found from talking to my own clients, they all come when you really, they get really confessing to me is the challenge is they say, there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything as a business owner. I got 24 hours a day and I got 48 hours worth of stuff.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm hearing the same thing. And so, for you to be able to come in and take off this point, which ensures that there's going to be a pipeline that will bring in income, huge. It's absolutely huge. So talk to me a little bit about what do you see the biggest sales mistake most businesses make during downturns like what we've had? And I'm saying downturns. It's a downturn for some businesses, but other businesses are actually doing really, really well. So what do you see is the biggest mistake?
The biggest thing is to stop and to assume no one's buying.
Oh my gosh, so many conversations around that one alone.
Yeah. I mean, let's put some context here. I mean, it makes sense for certain businesses right now. It makes complete business sense to stop. If you're in the travel industry, for instance, or something like that, get it. That makes complete sense. But
Sometimes I would actually argue about that because there is so much that you could be doing to lay the foundation to ensure that business continues to be viable going forward. But on a broader sense, just certain categories, definitely stop now. Others more. I like to look at it, in a red light, green light, yellow light lens. But even for those who may be in that yellow zone, it's like, you don't stop the outreach right now. Right. You may need to change your when those all is happening. I was talking to my clients, and the biggest thing we did was we kept the process going. We adapted the messaging for the time, the current time. That's probably the biggest change. Realizing everyone's now gone from a buy now to buy, but not right now, or buy but not use right now, which is another option. And depending on where your customers are, it can be a really great option, knowing that they have some time, to take advantage of using your services ongoing. So, is there something that somebody could do if they're finding themselves in a position of I stopped, now what? What do we do to get that machine going again?
The biggest thing, if you slam on the brakes, is just to get the machine moving again. Probably easiest way I like to look at is to triage your current pipeline. Look at where people are at in that process. Is there any lower hanging fruit that may be easier to win as some easy wins right now? Realizing everyone's needs have changed.
Well, I guess that would be a question too, like understanding what are the needs now? What has changed about working with your customers that may be different than it was a month, 2 months Exactly. You may not, you may not be able to sell that $10,000 a month project now, but you may be able to sell a lot of $1,000 per month, projects. It's kind of looking within and kind of adapting, your offering based on the current environment.
Okay. So just take a look at your list that you currently have, look and see maybe customers that you've had a really good relationship with in the past, and call them up, send an email. What's the next step?
Yeah, I mean that's the easiest thing. Like I was on a call with a friend. He owns a website company that does little videos for the website, and we're just brainstorming one day, and it's like, the idea here is I can go back to people we built websites for in the last 2-3 years, and they probably need a little tune-up right now.
Right.
Well, we can knock out those two. He's like, we can do those tune-ups all day long at a very small price point, versus, a big website build. Right. So that's what he's doing right now to kind of keep his team, busy during this time.
And I know a lot of businesses that are really getting going right now as far as starting new projects. So they're out there, they are looking and finding people who are ready to kind of get back to normal and get back to bigger projects. It's almost refreshing at this moment when there's so much like, here, let me give you free help, free do it yourself. I don't have time for free help. I'm ready to move a project forward. So having those conversations, seeing where people are, talking to folks that you've had good relationships with in the past. All right. So why do you think that some businesses have really paused at this moment, or, what do you think is going on there?
I think a big reason is a lot of businesses like certainty, and right now there's not a lot of certainty, and I think it comes back into the mindset of the individuals running those businesses. So that's probably the biggest thing. Is just it's the mindset.
What do you find to be effective when you're like, this is not working? Like honestly, something we've never confronted before, but at the same time, other smaller times that this is happening in our lives.
A model that I heard on a similar call to this, it's not my model, but I've adopted it as mine. Is, it says, when you're walking through hell, keep walking.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely that's a good one. You don't want to stay there.
Exactly. So that's what I'm telling everybody. That's what I'm doing. I'm just keep walking.
Yep. So one step in front of the others. Where do you see as kind of a good a place where things are actually growing or taking off? What are you noticing?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of ones that are pivoting right now. Companies that are, every downturn has created new markets. Certain markets will dry up. It's those opportunities where people are seeing things. Like a great example, one of my clients is a local gym owner. His gym is shut down right now, but he's moved on to online classes, and it's creating a huge library of online classes that he's going to be able to monetize.
Right, and that reaches an audience beyond the local area. Aside from that, they can also provide that as a benefit when somebody signs on to the gym.
Exactly.
If they ever can't come in, snow days, other things like that, right? You could have courses. So it really opens things up, expands what you could be doing. So awesome. Anything else that you feel like businesses need to know right now?
The biggest thing is approach everything with empathy at the moment. There's we're not out of the woods yet, and the big thing in any type of outbound to understand is you don't know what's happening to that person on the other side of the screen. Too, they may be fine, or they may have a spouse, a loved one, in the hospital with COVID-19 at the moment. You just don't know.
Right.
So approach everything with more empathy than you normally would at the moment, until you get a sense of, what's happening on the other side of that monitor.
That's such a great point. I had somebody respond to 3 of my emails, really kind of like unexpectedly upset response. And I just said, lovingly, I don't think these emails are serving you. I'm going to take you off my list so that I don't keep upsetting you. But that may be what's needed. So if people are hearing what you're saying and they really would like to get in touch with you, what's the best way to reach out?
Best way is you can find me over on LinkedIn. I think I just saw that pop up there. So reach out to me on LinkedIn, send me a connection invite, or drop me a note, and happy to chat.
Awesome. And they can talk to you about how you can take that over for them.